Yo, what's up? I'm Austin Griffith. Happy Bowtie Friday. I want to talk about the Build Guild. We're on version 2, BUIDL, GUIDL.com. It's a developer coordination and funding platform. I've been mentoring a lot of developers, but we're also building all sorts of weird skunkworks things, either for someone or just as a generic component that someone can fork, or as a tutorial, usually as a combo move of all those things. But if you are a builder in Ethereum, or you are interested in seeing lots of cool things be built for the Ethereum ecosystem, check out the Build Guild. We can use all the help we can get. So we're basically just a group of developers. I'm mentoring a bunch of folks, so reach out to me on Twitter or Telegram. I'm at Austin Griffith. The Build Guild really centers around scaffold-eth, a decentralized app template. It has kind of hard hat on the back end, it has React on the front end, a bunch of like really handy scripts in the middle that kind of make it easy for you to focus on learning and iterating on Solidity, and kind of have a front end that lets you poke at your contract and learn your contract, and then eventually that kind of leads to deploying a full app. But there's tons of branches here. What we found is there's just lots of people taking scaffold-eth and turning it into their thing, but it's sort of just like there's like an NFT, a simple NFT one here, and that simple NFT lets you create an NFT contract, mint a gallery, send around NFTs. It's the gallery, the marketplace, the NFT contract all in one for you to sort of make small changes and then kind of iterate on that. But then a branch of that became the buyer mints NFT, where the gas isn't paid for until the buyer goes in to pay for it, sort of just like another branch, right? And then I think there was like a Merkle tree where only IPFS hashes that are in the Merkle tree can be minted. So you can see how like there's these branches and it kind of goes in different directions, and there's kind of a tech tree of the Build Guild, and that's kind of powering this whole little ecosystem of all of these different branches and all of these different examples and tutorials that you can get in, fork, take, use, build, prototype, product, whatever you're doing. That's awesome. We want to see more of that. So to incentivize and to help out and to push more folks to build cool things with scaffold-eth, the Build Guild is sort of an incentivization layer, a funding layer. So first of all, the front page of the Build Guild is just all the cool stuff that we've been building, and there's so many like really neat generic things that you can fork, and like just like a generic multi-sig wallet that uses signatures. Perfect. Then that's one branch. Then a streaming version, right? And you can get into these and you can see the code, and the code should walk you through how to kind of like learn how it works and use it. But then, that's a perfect starting point for like creating a little DAO and learning how to get the Solidity right there, or whatever you're up to. There's examples and tutorials for all sorts of stuff. Aave Flash Loans, our little optimism starter pack, proxy pattern lender, Merkle tree. There's NFT auction. I think we're working on a signature-based NFT auction. The Punk wallet is a really fun one of mine to show off kind of identity and sending around ETH. A nifty viewer, like there wasn't just like a great like gallery view of NFTs that someone can just take off the shelf and use. That's the kind of stuff that we're trying to build with the Build Guild and incentivize other builders to build. Okay, so on to the builders. So a handful of developers that I've been mentoring sort of are like, okay, we get it. We're working on scaffold-eth. Now we're building out, like, what should we do next? So we had a funding round earlier. Let me go to, let's see, if I go here and go here, we did an early funding round for the first Build Guild where we listed all the projects we wanted to work on, and then we got a ton of great support. I think like between me and one other dude, like we both, like collectively it's like 15 or 20 grand that went in, which is really awesome. And that streamed to developers to build all of these builds that we see here. So now it's like, this is the next round. We're not going to do the quadratic round and quadratic funding thing. What we're going to do is I have these builders that I'm going to stream ETH to. So each one of these builders has a stream of ETH going to them. And there's the gotcha. And the gotcha is the when the builders withdraw, they have to add some work or what they worked on. So if I go look at Adam's stream, we can see that there's only $700 loaded up in there, so it's pretty empty. But he's able to withdraw. But when he does withdraw, he's going to grab some GitHub repo, and then he'll withdraw from that. And then that work log will show up here. So people donating to the guild show up here in the deposits, and people and when builders withdraw, it'll show up here in the stream. So each one of these builders of the guild has a stream, and you can support these streams. And what's neat is you can just kind of like grab them here. I'm just gonna grab 3. Let's grab 4 here. Let's keep going. It's like, oh man, yep, pick them up. Yep. Okay, this dude. Okay, so there we go. Let's just check out there. I got a handful of builders here. You can even like pull some off of there, right? Let's just go with those 4, and I'm gonna send in 1 ETH, and I'm just gonna say, keep building awesome stuff, and I hit fund, and that's it. There it goes. Let's bump the gas, since this is kind of a live demo here, and there we go. We have funded those 4 developers. So where does that funding go? So that funding is going to go to this tab over here. If we kind of if we watch these streams right here, as that transaction goes in. Let's see. Let's shrink this down so we can see it. Bring it up here. So these streams, once that transaction goes through, we're going to see these streams bump up. So what happens is there's a smart contract for each developer, and that smart contract says they can withdraw a certain amount, and that basically charges up. It fills up, and then they withdraw from it, and then it fills up, and then they withdraw from it. But it's just it's kind of like two things. It keeps the funding to like just a stream. So it's not like here's 10 grand go. It's like you can withdraw some funds gradually. And the second mechanic is obviously like keeping the onus on the developer to turn in their work, and to have them push kind of themselves to turn in good work and to build things, and kind of like it's up to them to turn in what they think that funders will think is cool, right? So they're kind of incentivized by the platform to keep building cool things. There's not a certain like centralized, let's build this. It's more like this is where we're getting support, and this is where the ecosystem needs support. Let's go build those things. So jump in, please support us. It looks like this transaction is taking some time. Come on, main that transaction. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Happy Bota Friday. We're watching for these streams. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So now you can see that they filled up. There's like a full bar, and then there's some left over here, right? Yeah, that means that they're good to go for their entire 4-week plus some. So the more you throw in, the longer these devs are going to be able to run and work on the build guild. And you also get to kind of collect your devs over here. So check out the funders page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. biddlegiddle.com. Help us out. We're building all sorts of generic products and prototypes for Ethereum on top of scaffold-eth. If you want to get into scaffold-eth, down here at the bottom, all you have to do, if you want to join the build guild, just build something awesome with scaffold-eth. There's an onboarding video. There's challenges, tutorials, and branches. Submit your creation to a special Telegram link to build. Happy Bowtie Friday. I'm Austin Griffith. Go build guild.